Hey everybody, welcome back to Vibrations and Libations. I'm James.
I'm Keith.
And this is Josh. He's our guest tonight. Tonight, what are we listening to, Keith?
Listen to Betty's Self-Rising Southern Blends, Volume 3.
Volume 3, okay. I'm glad that was a mouthful. I'm glad you could say that because I couldn't say it on the first take, so.
It's named for their, they did a tour in 2015, the end of 2015, a Southern tour through Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Awesome. So we said this is Volume 3. I don't have Volume 1, Volume 2. I did get this when it came out. So to those who may not know about Volume 1 and Volume 2, what are those going for on eBay these days, Keith?
Volume 1 is probably the pricier one, and it's you probably pick it up for around $375, $350 if you're lucky. I think $425 probably is $400 is probably standard price.
So anybody who would like to send me a copy of Volume 1 or Volume 2, let me know in comments below and I will send you my address immediately.
Well, and we all know that a $400 record sounds no different than a $20 record.
This is true. It doesn't sound any better. There's not holograms that pop out of it and give you a live show or anything, but
there's only 2,000 of them.
Only 2,000, yeah.
And Betty's Blends Volume 2, there's only 2,000 of those as well. It remains to be seen how many of the Volume 3 there are. I don't know.
I haven't heard a count.
I've seen limited edition on it, and I don't know if people are just saying limited edition because 1 and 2 are limited edition, but you can still pick up a copy for around $70, $65, $70.
Yeah.
So,
which is what I paid for my copy.
Grab one. I got one of the early releases. I got mine for $22.
Yeah,
I think I paid about $25 for mine.
So that's what you get for procrastinating, people. When you see something that's going to come out, pre-order it. Don't wait till the day it comes out because then you're going to pay an ass load of money for it. So
yeah.
All right. So just real quick, we're also tonight, and for the libations part of it, we're drinking Coors, the Banquet beer.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to admit, Keith got me turned on this, and it's pretty good stuff. I'm going to Romp this weekend, the Bluegrass Festival in Owensboro, and this is going to be my drink of choice for the whole week. So thanks for turning me on to that.
Yeah, it's a good beer. Excuse me, I don't know the alcohol content. I do know that it's brewed by Coors Brewing Company.
Much better than Coors Light.
Much better.
Oh,
Yes.
Coors Light.
So if you've watched the blind light beer not really blind, but if you watched the light beer challenge that we did earlier, you'll know that Coors Light kind of was in the middle for both of us. Keith is a Miller Lite person.
Although I could hardly tell the difference between Coors and Light and Miller Lite.
Right.
I expected there to be a large difference, but there wasn't.
Yeah. Really close on color as well.
I'll never talk bad about Coors Light again. I do want to point out, however, Josh is a very good beer pourer.
Josh poured a good beer. Oh, we choked him up on that one.
Apparently not good enough. Choked on foam, but
Maybe
We'll cut that out maybe.
maybe you can help train James.
So if you notice, I am only drinking from the can tonight. If any of you watched the video I posted earlier about a good pour that I did, that was the first good pour that I actually did, other than a stout, on any of our videos. So I didn't want to fuck that up, so I'm just keeping it in the can tonight, okay, while I mess a good thing up. So.
Right.
just pour it in your mouth, right?
That's right. No need to make fun about that.
So, talk a little bit about the beer. The beer has a nice color. The flavor is American lager. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a good, smooth, good tasting, full flavored American lager.
And one thing I like about it is the can. Of course, if you get in a bottle, it's in a little, I think they call it the stumpy bottle, stubby bottle,
Looks
something
like
like
a
that.
medicine bottle.
Looks kind of like an old-timey medicine bottle. Maybe I guess that's what they originally bottled it in back in the day, that type of bottle. But you know, the kind of old-school graphics, you know, on the design on the can and the bottles is, you know, it's a throwback, retro, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan.
A friend of mine, him and his wife in particular, this is one of her favorite beers. She has a pretty good tasting beer. Shout out to Rachel Shoemaker. But she was drinking it. She gave me one night. And it's good stuff.
Right.
It's worth drinking.
It is worth drinking.
I've never really been much on Coors products. I was in the military, spent some time around Denver and out in Colorado. You know, it's like if you go to St. Louis, all you're going to find is Budweiser.
Right.
Well,
Anheuser-Busch,
Colorado,
yeah.
all it was, you know, was Coors, and you know, when in Rome.
Right.
When in Rome, right.
But
Right.
once I got back to Kentucky or down to Texas and then back to Kentucky, the Coors,
Yeah.
I was in the rear view, but I like it though. It's got a nice taste to it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the first
good.
time having it? Or you
I'd had one a couple of years back,
Yeah.
but I'd forgotten it was actually this good. So, but I'm also one of those guys, I don't turn down a beer too often. So.
Well, we don't either unless it's Bud Light. So.
Right, yeah. So, back to the album. James,
Well,
was
I
it
mean-
right about the live? A little taste of live.
Yeah. This, other than before this come out, other than watching stuff of theirs on YouTube, I hadn't really heard a whole lot of live stuff. It's all been studio stuff. This album is great. This album has 3 records in it. So when you pick it up, it's almost like you're picking up an atlas or something. There's some bulk to the cover, and it's got some weight to it.
The cover's amazing.
The cover's pretty awesome.
That's one of the things I love about all 3 volumes.
Right.
Is the artwork. And going back to the Black Crows, they always had this really cool artwork.
Mhm.
And I got curious as I was looking into getting a little bit of things I could talk about. But I did look up the artist, a guy named Alan Forbes.
Right.
And he's done a lot of work. He's like one of the best known gig poster guys there is. And,
Yeah.
He's really got if you go online and Google his artwork, especially for Chris Robinson Brotherhood, it's just a lot of classic looking stuff, that is out there that he's doing today. But it just reminds you of like Jefferson Airplane type of posters and that kind of stuff.
It's like a throwback to some of that Iron Butterfly
Yeah.
Right.
cover art, and Big Brother and the Holding Company, a lot. And when you see his stuff, I mean, it's undeniable that it's Forbes. I mean, he's quite good.
So this like I said, this album has 3 LPs in it. Also, it has 2 CDs of a full live show.
Right.
And even the little CD sleeves have some pretty awesome artwork on those. So
Got the little mushroom head eggs on it.
yeah, they're pretty neat. So at the end of the video, I'll post some pictures of inside of this and the CD covers as well, so you guys can see what that looks like. So the banquet's giving me a little bit of air here, so but it's still good stuff. All right, so what else we got about the album?
Josh, you want to offer anything else about the album?
Well, we haven't talked about Betty.
Oh, yes, Betty Cantor Jackson.
Yeah. Folks, I know you guys are probably bigger Grateful Dead fans than I am.
I am. I don't know about Keith.
I
like
have
Grateful Dead
a
lot.
few Dead albums. I mean, if you collect records, you've got to have some Dead in there.
Yeah. Got a couple.
But Betty, the namesake of Betty's, is the sound engineer for the Grateful Dead.
Right.
And she's kind of a pioneer in music. I mean, she was doing sound engineering in the 60s when women did not do that sort of thing. And one of the interesting things that I've read about Betty is that after Jerry died, she wasn't interested in recording anymore. She wasn't interested in doing it. And she went to Wavy Gravy, I think, at his 70th birthday party.
Right.
And Chris Robinson Brotherhood was playing, and she heard them, and she's like, now I want to record again.
Right.
So, I mean, that's cool, man.
That's very cool.
It's very cool.
That's awesome.
And another thing to note about her is I don't think, even back when she was recording for the Grateful Dead, I don't think she got much recognition.
No.
I mean, none of the recordings had her name on it.
Mhm.
You know, it was all male names.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think Chris is adamant about about giving her her due. And even, I mean, they prove it with this album. You open it up and the sleeves have black and white pictures on them, which are fantastic. Shot at shows, and there's a picture of Betty in there, headphones on, smoking a joint. It's pretty cool. There's a couple of pictures of Betty in there, not just the one smoking the joint.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
but she's quite something, and I encourage you all to, like, you know, Google her name and
Yeah.
look into all the things this lady accomplished, and with, you know, like you guys said, no recognition, and I don't think that was anybody's fault in the dead. It's just the way that it was then.
Right. Just kind of the mentality of the time.
Right.
So she was, you know, thought of, you know, was an afterthought, you know, a necessary, but not the talent. They, you know.
Well, the sound on this, all the songs on it are great. I personally am a bigger fan on this whole release of the CDs. I like the CDs a little better. Maybe because I have it on my phone, I have the CDs on my truck, and I probably listen to those a lot more than I do the actual LPs. But there's different content on the CDs, and there's a really, really awesome version of Big River on the CDs, and then Catfish is on there also, right with that. And those are two of my favorite songs that Garcia and the Dead did, and so that just kind of holds a special place, you know, for me. The LPs are great. They're more of a spacey kind of trippy sound.
Yes.
The CDs are more of a blues rocking kind of sound. So, you know, you've got, you know, two different worlds there. So
I think I'm a Hog for You is better on the CD version. For me, I like it better on that, but I like it on the vinyl as well. But to me, I'm more of a fan of the vinyl. I like the spacey. I like to get out there. You know.
Yeah, but Hog for You, Roane County Banjo, those are two of my favorite songs on this release. So,
Well,
you know,
one
really
of
awesome
the
stuff.
things that stands out to me across, you know, not only the vinyl but also the CDs, the versatility of this band.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they can go from playing a blues rock number to like just totally spaced out,
Right.
prog and psychedelic. Man, it's you know, for a guy like me, I mean, that gets you excited. I mean, a band that versatile that they can just move from one thing to another many times in the same song.
Sure.
Right.
Yep. And not afraid to do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
And
that's
they're
great
going
about them.
country influences, bluegrass influences, jazz influences, blues, rock. You know,
Yeah.
throwing everything in
Yeah,
there.
they're well-rounded, and if you're a fan and don't know, they're going to be in Nashville October the 1st. We're going to be going to that, Keith and I. I think we're taking some other people with us and to experience that.
The famous Donnie Alley will be
The
there.
famous Donnie Alvey is going to be going to the show apparently, so that maybe we can sneak some footage of him and throw him in on a video or something without him
You
knowing.
gotta be quick.
Gotta be quick. I hear he's elusive. But that's going to be at 3rd and Lindsley in Nashville, October 1st. And tickets for that, I think I paid $22 for my ticket.
That's a bargain.
You know, I
That's a
mean,
bargain.
to see a great band like this for $22, I'm doing that every day. You
I
know,
believe that $22 is the most I've paid for Brotherhood. This will be my third show, but you know, around $22.
yeah,
Best $22 you'll scrape out of the couch cushions.
right. So that, again, that's October 1st, so you got plenty of time to get tickets. So you know, definitely do
And
that.
myself, I've never seen the Brotherhood, but I plan to see them October 1st in
you go.
Nashville.
There you go. We all make a caravan down there. So.
Right. So, in addition to being the third album and everything, it's also the third Betty's Blends. It's also the first Betty's Blends to feature Tony Leone as a drummer. So he came in there in 2015, maybe, and showing off the chops a little bit here.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome music. It's got a feel that, you know, again, I keep saying it, but it makes me excited about going and seeing them. You know, it really does.
And we've already mentioned a few of the covers, but there's a lot of covers on this album. really cover heavy. There's 2 Slim Harpo covers, Got Love, The Music's Hot, which The Music's Hot is is probably my second favorite song on the album. Some Dylan, Eddie Floyd, Girl I Love You. There's also Black Crowes cover, I Ain't Hiding, which is from Before the Frost.
I believe that's right.
And also New Earth Mud, Ride, which is my favorite track. I love it. 14 minutes is probably too long for James.
The Tucson,
it's okay.
The Tucson cover is great though.
Yeah.
And you know, Alan Tucson, if folks are familiar with him, a big New Orleans guy. He passed away back, I think, the end of last year. But you know, I think it's pretty cool that they're covering him. I mean, he was a New Orleans jazz guy, piano guy.
Get Out of My Life Woman is
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
I think they do another one of his covers as well. I can't think of what it is.
Yeah.
But
Of course, my favorite cover is, going to be Catfish and Big River, because of the Grateful Dead, Garcia influence on all that. So, man, it's just good. That's all I can say about that. It's just good stuff.
it is good.
So, do you have a favorite on the album?
I just dig it.
You dig the whole album, yeah.
You know, I tend to when I'm listening to an album, I tend to take it as the entire body of work. You know, and many times I may be listening to an album and was like, man, I love that second track. Well, what's the name of it? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so you know, of course, with like the classic stuff, you know, Boston or Led Zeppelin or any of those guys, The Doors, you always know the names of the songs. You know, I'm with collecting the way I do these days. I mean, I got enough information up here already. It's sort of like James having to clear his memory off before he puts anything else on it. I'm getting to that point. So
Yeah, it's I have to do that every time we record something, or I'll run out of memory. So
what got me interested in the Brotherhood, of course, was the Black Crowes. I mean, I think that's how any of us came to them. You know, just remember, 1990, Check Your Moneymaker hits, and then all of a sudden, I mean, that whole summer, that was like the soundtrack for that summer. And it just, and I'm one of these guys, I hear a song, it takes me to a place.
absolutely, yeah.
So, Black Crowes always have a special place in my heart, a special place in my collection, because they just meant so much at kind of that formative time for me. I was 18, 19 years old. Pretty cool stuff. And, but we wouldn't have the Brotherhood if it wasn't for all of the things that go on with the Crowes, right?
Right.
And going back to what you said about when the Crowes come and they hit a special part in your life, it's like a lot of great rock bands. They come in a point where rock music's dead, and then something fresh comes out and livens that up. And I think when the Crowes came out back in the day, that was one of those things that happened. I mean, they blew up the scene right there.
Them and Guns N' Roses, man, they were just so refreshing, and just kept that rock and roll alive. The deeper rock and roll, it was so shallow at that time, with all the hair bands and hair metal and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm more fond of it now than I was then, just because I appreciate it more now. It's just good, fun rock and roll. But at that time, it was stale to me, and I was looking for something else.
You can only listen to so much Cinderella.
Right.
Faster Pussycat. There's only so much you can take of it.
Got your number off the bathroom wall. You hear that 50 times. You're wanting some Paradise City or something.
Chris Robinson Brotherhood did that for me, because I kind of feel that rock's got not a whole lot of bright stars in it right now. When Keith first got me listening to them, I was like, okay, there's something else new I can listen to, instead of listening to Strange Days 100 times, or listening to, Pink Floyd's The Wall 50 times. It's just, there's something new for me to, get into. So that was
Well,
That was good stuff.
you're making a good point there, James. I know a lot of times folks say, well, there's just nothing to listen to today. Well, my suggestion is get yourself to a record store.
Yeah.
There's plenty to listen to.
Right.
But if you're depending upon the radio to give you something new to listen to, you're not going to get it. If you're depending upon your YouTube flow, your time on the internet to do that, that's not going to do it either. You're going to talk to your friends, man. Ask them who they're listening to. Be open-minded. You know, there's a lot of times I go to the record store and they have something playing I've never heard before. Hey man, what is that? And you end up walking out of there with it.
Yeah.
Right.
I've done that a couple times.
Maybe two more records by that artist.
Right.
That's how I got into John Mayall. Are y'all familiar with him? Walk into Mel and Matt's music in Bowling Green.
Right.
Walk in there and they're playing John, and I'm like, man, that is some great blues guitar. Now I have everything he ever did. So, at least through the 70s, I have everything he ever did. So just he became one of my favorites, and you know, that's sort of the way you get into these groups is like at that unexpected moment.
Right.
You know?
Right. I got into Brotherhood through a couple guys at work, you know, like you said, friends. Either you have to dig for a new band, or you count on friends to turn you on some similar taste. Or, I mean, used to back in the day, that is how you discover new bands. You walk in a record store and they're playing something, you're like, what is that? And but a lot of, you know, today, if you walk into a record store, you know, you're an old man if you walk in a record store today.
You hope you can walk in.
Okay, so we could sit here for probably 2 hours and listen to all of this stuff, but I don't think anybody's going to watch a 2-hour-long video.
Right.
So, do we want to rate some beer and rate some music, or do we have other stuff we want to talk about?
Well, I got something I want to mention.
All right.
Have you guys heard the Magpie Salute?
I have not.
I have.
I have not.
And folks out there, that is the other Robinson brother.
Yeah.
And his new band. I think Chris actually referred to him as a Black Crowes cover band. But
I heard that.
wouldn't
A
very
tribute,
nice.
a tribute band is, I
Tribute
think,
band.
what he said. And the album came out,
And there's some Crow stuff on it.
and there's a lot of Crow stuff and like one new song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little punch in the gut there by Chris on that.
Yeah,
But,
and I've got the Magpie record, and I like it, but
Disappointed there wasn't more new
I
stuff.
was wishing there was more new stuff on it. I was like, hey, I got that other stuff, man. I got it over here.
Yeah.
But you know,
They're phenomenal musicians, and that band is great.
That singer is just amazing.
Yes,
But
but they gotta have that original
you
material.
gotta do your own stuff, man.
You gotta squeeze that soul out there, Rich.
Come on, Rich, you got it in you,
You
buddy.
can do it.
Magpie Salute. I mean, that's a tribute band name, you know.
Yeah.
All day long, you know.
I think it
Black
has,
Crowes,
it has something to do with something else. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Magpie Salute does sound like a tribute name, but I was reading and Rich said it was something he saw at some kind of ritual or something like that. I
Okay.
can't remember what it is.
All right.
But it maybe he picked it because it meant something to him, and then also it is a reference to the Black Crowes. I mean, it's undeniable. It has to be.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So rating?
Rating? Let's rate the beer first.
Okay. I'm gonna rate the beer. I'm gonna give it. I like it, and when I give it this rating, it's gonna sound like I don't like it, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It's Coors. It's a lot better than Coors Light. Again, I would rather have a nice IPA or a stout, but you know, if you're going down the road and there's a gas station nearby and you need to pick up some beer to go camping with, this is going to be the beer to do it with.
That might do it.
So if it's a camping beer, I'm going to rate it a 4.5, maybe a 5 if they have a Coke.
Yeah.
But just my official rating is 3.5 on there.
Go ahead, Josh.
Well, are we going on a 10-point
We're
scale
going
or
on
five?
we usually go 1 to 5.
5-point scale.
But you can rate it whatever
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can go over it.
No,
If you love it, it's 6 to If you give it a 10, we know you
Yeah,
like it.
absolutely.
Yeah, well, no, I enjoy it, but I enjoy lagers, American lagers. You know, it's not the best that I've had. Obviously, we know that, but I'm gonna go with James. Be right around that 3.5 range.
Okay.
I'd drink it again.
All right.
I agree with James. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
All right.
3.5. It is good. It is what it is. It's American lager. 3.5 also because if I was going to get camping beer, I would get High Life. High Life is
High Life is a good camping beer.
The champagne of beers.
the champagne
That's
of
what they
beers.
say.
That's what they say.
They go down. I mean, they're one-drink beers.
They're designed to be one drink beers. So the bottle is just like a funnel.
If they're in the bottle, it's like 1, 2, where'd it go?
It's been a while since I've had the High Life, so maybe we'll have to do a video with Miller High Life in it.
I
Yeah.
have a brother that is a great aficionado of the High Life.
Of the High Life.
Yeah,
All right.
loves it.
All right, so 3.5 all the way across the board here. Okay, so Keith, we'll start with you on the album. Betty's Self-Rising Southern Blends, Volume 3. What are we giving it?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, okay. All right.
Maybe 10 out of 5. I don't know.
Okay.
10 out of 5.
It's,
Wow.
It's fucking fantastic.
That's
I don't
great. That
think.
is
stuff.
fantastic.
I think I said before it started rolling, every time that I put one of the records on, no matter what side, I drop the needle. I'm like, this is my favorite song. This is my favorite. No, this is my favorite song.
Right.
So, you know, I did name my favorite songs earlier, but it was real painful
To pick.
Yeah. Yes, because
It's like
they're-
deciding which one of your kids gets left by the road, right?
Right.
You can't do that.
It's kind of like when people ask me when they know I like Dark Side of the Moon, they're like, which song is your favorite song on there? I'm like, the whole album, because it's all basically one long fucking song.
It's just
Right.
one
You know?
song, man.
Right.
It's
So-
just one song.
All right, Josh, what do you got for rating on the album?
I give it 5 out of 5, man.
Give it a 5 too.
As I was saying earlier, my love for Chris Robinson goes back to 1990.
Yeah.
The man is just a musical genius, and they're killing it on here.
They
man.
are, they are.
And plus, come on, the dead sound engineer, they could fart into the mic, and I'd still give it 5, man. Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little stupid on this. I'm gonna give it 25.
25.
5 for each of the albums and 5 for both of the CDs.
Okay.
Okay, so 25.
Okay.
I see what he did there.
I see what I did there, yeah. Because it's a fucking awesome release from start to finish.
I wish I fucking did that.
So kids, ask your mom for $450 so you could buy all of them.
Buy them all.
But maybe you would probably need about 1,000 if you wanted all of them. But
I think volume 2 you can pick up for 150.
is it down? Because
Yeah.
I'd seen it for like around 200.
I got it for 60 and was lucky,
Mhm.
very lucky, because it wasn't going for under 100, and I had some birthday money I was getting needed to spend, and
Yeah.
I told my wife, I was like, $60 and buying it. She said,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So go on eBay, find those albums, buy them. Again, if you find an extra one, send it my way of volume 1 or 2. I'd be more than happy to take that off your hands at a reasonable price or free. Either way is good. So, all right. So I think that's all we've got for tonight. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Josh, thanks for coming out and joining us tonight. I appreciate
thank
it,
you
man.
guys for inviting me, man.
Yeah,
It
no
was a
problem.
blast. I've been watching the videos and
Thanks.
just wanted to do it. I know we had tried to set it up a couple of times.
Life happens.
Life
you know.
happens, man,
Yeah.
and I understand that. I'm just impressed with myself that I found your place.
Yeah. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, we're about 15 miles past the middle of nowhere.
That's the way I like it.
But it's a beautiful place, man. It's beautiful out
Thank
here,
you.
and I appreciate you inviting me into your home.
All right. So, guys, thanks again for watching. Like and share. Leave comments. Again, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. We want to read them all. We can get ideas for things that maybe you want to see in the future, beers to try, albums to listen to. So just shoot them out there, and we'll see what we can do with it.
Please suggest those beers, because
Yes.
if you go to a good beer store and there's a wall of beer, you're just overwhelmed.
Beer is like music.
Yeah.
Ask your friends what's
Right,
good to drink,
right.
man.
That's what we're asking. Friends,
Yeah.
enemies, Give us a bad beer. We'd love to tell you how bad it is.
Yeah, Busch Light, we'll rate that all day long.
We'll rate the
Natty
hell out of
Ice.
it.
Natty Ice, Fall City, give
Yeah.
them to us. We don't care. We'll,
Bud
whatever.
Ice.
If you want to see us drink it, comment, okay, guys? All right, so thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Peace.